Hi guys, I'm back. I wanted to talk about mindset again. This will be my third video for mindset, and I don't know if I'll just leave it here for now. Probably maybe go back to giving some more practical tips for um, diet and healing with herbs and things like that for the next video. But for now, I wanted to stick with mindset because it's such a big topic and it's such an incredibly powerful topic, in my opinion, and has so much potential to make or break a healing journey. So, shifting mindset around, our ability to impact healing, that's what I'm talking about. And again, it's just been huge for me in my journey with chronic illness and with cancer. And I want to share just a little bit of my thoughts on that. And last week I shared some tips, a couple of tips that I've used in terms of identifying mindset and starting to shift mindset. And this week I'm going to share a couple more tips at the end of this video. But first, I just wanted to kind of explore, talk a little bit around, again, our ability to impact our healing through mindset. And to a lot of people, this may just seem, just too out there, or it's not reality based, or it's not science based. But I think it's something, again, I wouldn't dismiss until you've actually tried it and until you've actually kind of identified, where you might be able to influence and impact your healing experience and even your body's ability to heal. So everybody has, different belief systems and different ideas. And so that's what I'm kind of presenting here is the challenge. If you don't believe that you can impact, your own healing, that you maybe will even open up to the possibility. So I challenge you to just open up to that possibility, whether or not you think it's possible. You think it is possible, if you can open up to the idea that it could be possible. So I think we can all wrap our heads around that, right? Or we can all agree that it could be possible. And certainly there are some science and some studies, that have kind of looked at the mind and healing and mind-body healing and the connection. And there's a great book, I think his name's David Hamilton, about how your mind can heal your body. That was a great one. I read that one. And he actually healed himself and did a lot of visualization. So visualization can be a strong technique. So that was one of the things I was going to mention later on. So we'll just, kind of intro it though with this discussion about, just the idea that anything's possible. And I think if we have a mindset of anything's possible, I can influence my journey, whether you can cure yourself, let's not even take it there. Let's just start basic. Let's start simple with what we do know and what we can do. And what we can do is tell ourselves, yeah, I might have been told I only have a year to live, or I might have been told, this disease is going to kill me in so many months or years or however long I have, maybe even weeks. But what do I believe? Do I believe that that's true? Okay, maybe I do. Or do I believe that it's possible that it's not true? And yeah, maybe I do believe it's possible it's not true. So just kind of latching on to the second part, and not getting too caught up in what we've been told, but getting more caught up in what's possible, I think is just what I want to emphasize here, and what I want to, kind of bring more light into just that way of thinking. Because so many of us, I think, that are more, how do I say this? Just more like science-based thinking, more academic thinking. We need proof. We need to see the evidence of something. I think we need to kind of pull back from that a little bit and trust ourselves, and also just go into the thinking of, are my thoughts that I am having helpful to me, whether they're true thoughts or not. Let go of that a little bit, like truth in that sense, because truth can be quite subjective. And there can be an objective truth. Yes, we can talk about science and all that, but right now we're talking about mindset. And the only one that is involved in our mindset is us, right? So that is a subjective experience, and those thoughts are our own. And we can influence and control those. The mind is a great tool when it's harnessed for good, but when it's not harnessed for good, it can kind of run away from us and wreak havoc and cause a lot of stress and a lot of worry, and also can influence our bodies, I believe. So again, just kind of thinking about the idea that it's possible that we can heal. It's possible. So again, some people want to take that step further. If you're further along on this journey and you totally believe in the mind-body connection, go for it. I mean, I've gotten to that place, obviously myself, where it's like, I'm actively participating in that healing journey through influencing my mindset. And so that's ideally, I think, where people want to go. But if you're not there, I mean, I wasn't there in the beginning. I just had to believe in that question mark. Is my future a dead end, or is my future a question mark? And if I can just latch on to even that question mark, like, well, nobody knows. I don't know. But that's great. I don't know. That means I'm not going to die, So or I probably won't die. And so again, it sounds kind of morbid or strange to be saying it like that. But I think when you've been diagnosed with something, especially something like cancer, something really heavy, you need that. You need that possibility to drive you and to motivate you and to help you feel that there could be a future, that there could be hope. And so, don't ever let that hope, don't ever let that be taken from you, because that's huge. So anyway, I mean, I think once we get past the question mark, or we believe the question mark, then we can start believing more. Then we can start believing what's even beyond the question mark, which is the possibility that we're creating all of this and we can influence our healing in a big, big way. So for fear of kind of, pushing away anybody who's kind of thinks that's a little too far out there, I'm just starting with this idea that, again, for those of you that just don't even think that you're going to heal, or don't even think it's possible, just put a question mark out there and believe in that. Believe in the possibility in the unknown, because there's definitely there's opportunity there, and you can make something out of that. So okay, so sorry, I'm kind of going off on a little rant, but so we need determination. In order to shift our mindset around healing, we need determination. So how do we get that determination? Well, we have to tap into, and this is something I talked about in the first mindset video I did, but we need to tap into the determination that we want to live, not just like, again, whether we're told we're going to live or not live, that we actually desire and want to live. So if you're feeling depressed, if your life circumstances are not what you need and want them to be, and it's hard for you to tap into feeling determined to want to live, you need to pull back and, find something. I think everybody can find something. And hopefully, ideally, we all have some people that we love or who love us that we can, wrap that around and recognize, like, hey, I want to live for them. I want to live. If I can't live for, at least for my own pleasure of living life, then I want to live and be here for them. Whether it's because you have kids, or whether it's because you have just other family, friends, spouses, relatives that are relying on you, that love you, and you love them, you can kind of use that as something to inspire you. If you don't have people in your life that inspire you, or you're also more inspired by just the beauty of nature, let's say, or the beauty of life itself, if you can tap into those feelings and that drive, I think that can be another really great sort of tool to use to shift your mindset. And some of this is sort of like programming yourself. And I don't look at it as brainwashing it. It's just kind of like reminding yourself when you have a thought that is negative about your circumstance, that is like, oh, defeating, like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to make it, or oh, I feel so horrible today. What if this pain I have means this disease is spreading, or means, whatever it may be, means I have, worse off issue than I thought I did. But again, changing that thought to like, well, no, I want to live. I'm determined to live regardless of this feeling, and sort of like literally canceling out one thought with another. And so you're taking that determination to live and whatever inspires you, and you're harnessing that. You're harnessing that to use it as like a tool to push your journey forward. So we need that. And then we also need to create a routine. So I'm going to talk about a few tips. I talked about a couple last week, but I'm talking about a couple more. But we need to create a routine around shifting our mindset, and around habits that will help us enable that mindset shift. So create habits that support that. And I'll talk about a couple in a second here. But to do that, we have to designate time every day. So we can't just think about it. Definitely there's a mindset at play that happens, like what I was just talking about in the moment. I'm taking a walk with the dog and I start to think about, my cancer coming back, and I'm canceling that thought out. That's mindset. Mindset is happening every day, all the time. We're always in our minds, and hopefully we can pull back and not be in our minds sometimes, but in our everyday lives, we're in our minds quite a bit. And so using that every opportunity to influence our mindset that we can, and recognizing our negative thought patterns when we can, is huge. But two other tools I like are, meditation is a really great tool. And it can be breath work, it can be, Kundalini yoga meditation is really, really awesome. Deep prayer, just any type of deep breathing exercises. And then the second thing is looking at, your external environment and finding conscious influences. So what I mean by that is finding people and sources of information that are in alignment with the mindset you want to shift to and the belief system you want to enhance or develop. So it could be finding friends that have this common, mindset that you want to, or a mindset that you want to kind of adopt. It can be finding classes or workshops. It can be finding like podcasts, movies, books, any kind of, social people on social media, influencers, people that will, kind of fill your world with the positive thinking that you want to adopt. So it could be finding a mentor or a coach, and that's part of why I do what I do, is to try to, I feel like I've sort of come to a place where I'm not going to say I'm a master at mindset, but I've certainly developed a very strong mindset around healing and around the practical things that I do for myself. And it's really helped me so much. So I'm excited about it. And I'm enthusiastic about sharing it with people. So anyway, if this speaks to you, I hope you will, at least do one thing today to support a positive mindset around healing. And I will be back soon with a couple more videos in the near future. Either later this week or next week. I have a couple other things planned, and just stay tuned. I'll be sharing a lot more, both practical physical tips and non-physical tips for healing. So thanks guys, thanks for being here, and thanks for watching. And if you can like and share, I really appreciate all the support and the encouragement. It keeps me going. All right, we'll see you guys soon. Bye.